met Jay-Z and I signed to Roc Nation, the first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery. I'm not insecure because I would have got plastic surgery. People make it, they all can turn around and thank Beyonce because that's it. And enough is enough. I'm everyone now. And even Adele, because she's retired now, but her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager. And bitch, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. Oh, I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. Fuck that. Or be a witch, or be that, all of that. Fuck all of them.
Honey, let me tell you, Jay-Z being tied to one of Diddy's lawsuits has skeletons tumbling out of his closet left right. Baby, I mean exactly what I'm saying. And guess what? MIA is making a comeback, spilling the beans on even more things Jay-Z and Beyoncé allegedly pushed her to do while she was signed to Jay's label. We're talking plastic surgery, satanic rituals, and so much more. So buckle up, because this tea is on fire. Now here's some background. MIA signed with Roc Nation Management May 2012, just before her fourth album Matangi was set to drop. But by December 2013, she announced she was cutting ties with the label. This abrupt decision reportedly came after Roc Nation pulled a trailer for a documentary that gave a behind-the-scenes look at the making of her then-latest album. After things soured, MIA took to X to release a statement saying, "I'm leaving Roc Nation. Thanks to everyone who supported the MIA Matangi LP. Happy New Year." Beyond the drama surrounding the documentary, MIA's departure from Roc Nation was also influenced by the multiple delays of her 2013 album Matangi. She attributed these delays to creative differences with the label. At the time, she said, "At the moment I've been told it's too positive, so we're having a bit of an issue at the label. They're like, you need to darken it up a bit. It's like just built you up as this public enemy #1, and now you're coming out with all this positive stuff." Well, even though her stint with Roc Nation was relatively brief, MIA still managed to stir up her fair share of controversies. Take, for instance, her infamous appearance at the 2012 Super Bowl halftime show, where she sparked outrage by briefly flashing the middle finger during the performance. That moment led to a heated legal battle with the NFL, with MIA even filing a countersuit. The NFL had claimed her gesture went against the values that formed the foundation of the NFL brand and the Super Bowl. The NFL argued that MIA had breached a pre-show agreement to uphold the league's reputation for wholesomeness. They claimed she violated the contract as part of a publicity stunt and even raised the fine to a staggering $16.6 million, which they demanded as restitution for the supposed public exposure she gained from the incident. After the NFL filed the lawsuit, MIA responded by issuing a statement calling the lawsuit completely ridiculous. She accused the league of scapegoating her and using the case to redefine the boundaries of what is considered offensive. MIA also stated it was a massive waste of time, a massive waste of money, and it was a massive display of powerful corporations' absurdity. They wanted me on my knees, saying sorry so they could slap me on the wrist. However, she made it clear she wasn't about to comply, especially given the double standards, pointing out that there were young girls in cheerleading outfits performing provocative moves at the same event.
And if you find the larger picture where it zooms out, there is a row background scenery of 10, 15 cheerleaders, young black females that Madonna got from a local high school in Indianapolis, and they're all under 16. And if you look at them, they're wearing cheerleader outfits, hips twisted in the air, legs wide open, and in this very position. So now they're scapegoated me into figuring out the goalposts on what is offensive in America. Like, is my finger offensive, or is the underage black girl with her legs wide open more offensive to the family audience?
But that wasn't even the worst part. Apparently, instead of supporting her and helping her handle the situation, Jay-Z was the one pressuring MIA to sign a ridiculous deal that could have left her financially ruined for life. For those who remember, back in 2018, MIA opened up about the incident and spilled some major tea, detailing how Jay-Z tried to push her into signing this exploitative agreement. In an interview with Hawk magazine, she revealed, "I was at Roc Nation at the time, and Jay-Z was managing me. The lawsuit was so ridiculous it proposed that they would keep 100% of my earnings for the rest of my life if I ever earned more than $2 million. Jay-Z was like, 'You should sign that,' and I was like, 'No.'" After sharing her story, MIA took to social media, urging her followers to read the article before it got taken down, claiming she knew Jay-Z was capable of having it scrubbed from the internet. And just as MIA predicted, the link to the article now leads to a message saying, "This account has been suspended." Aside from the lawsuit drama, MIA has also gained attention for consistently calling out Jay-Z and Beyoncé. For instance, there was a time she did an interview where she criticized the focus on BLM as the only issue being widely discussed in the US, urging stars like Beyoncé to address the struggles faced by other marginalized groups, such as Syrians. She said, "It's interesting that in America, the problem you're allowed to talk about is BLM. It's not a new thing to me. It's what Lauryn Hill was saying in the 1990s, or Public Enemy, 1980s. Is Beyoncé or Kendrick Lamar going to say Muslim lives matter or Syrian lives matter?" Then, at the start of 2024, MIA made headlines again when she returned to social media, accusing Jay-Z of working with her ex-partner to keep her away from her child and deliberately making her life miserable. MIA first took to social media to share screenshots highlighting her struggle to obtain a visa to travel to the US to see her son. She wrote in all caps, "Biden won't let me see my child. The longest processing is meant to be 2 months, and it's already been that. I have to wait till the Republican wins." Wow. According to her post, MIA claimed that she was being denied access to her child due to an incident where she stole food at the age of 18 when she was struggling with poverty. She also expressed her belief that her ongoing custody battle was deeply tied to her outspoken advocacy for peace in the Middle East. She added, "I have shown support for Julian for 14 years and have been to the USA many times. The only thing different this time is I called for a ceasefire and spoke out against ethnic cleansing. Now I am forced to pick between my child and speaking up for what's right, God." MIA also alleged that the US government seemed fine with her child being care of a family with a history of criminal convictions for various serious offenses. When MIA mentioned her child being raised by a questionable family, she was specifically referencing the NXIVM cult, which named 2 Bronfman cousins as its leaders. MIA also claimed that her first custody battle occurred in 2013, during the time she was managed by Jay-Z. She alleged that Jay-Z was paid by the Bronfman family to intentionally make her life difficult. MIA further elaborated on the struggles she faced in 2013, offering another reason why her Matangi record was buried at the time. She stated, "I sacrificed my career for my child. They ripped me off and copied my style and gave it to their puppets, and shadow banned me on every platform, but it was worth it to save him from the madness of what know now." MIA didn't hold back with further accusations against Jay-Z, claiming that after she was served legal papers, Roc Nation abruptly stopped all communication with her, and all her emails to Jay-Z asking for help were mysteriously wiped from her inbox. She also alleged that her house was broken into, her laptop stolen, and that she was trapped in Brooklyn under an order that restricted her from leaving for 15 years. Adding to her claims, MIA said that her son was vaccinated without her consent by Aurora James, whom she described as a friend of Beyoncé and Solange. According to MIA, the family was fully aware of her anti-vaccine stance and intentionally went ahead with the vaccination to provoke her. She placed the blame on Aurora, further emphasizing the connection to Beyoncé and Solange. More recently, MIA returned to the spotlight with even more claims, stating that after signing with Roc Nation, Jay-Z allegedly told her to undergo plastic surgery because he deemed her not pretty enough. She also took it a step further, accusing Jay-Z of being a Satanist, and revealing that she refused to partake blood rituals, which she said were pushed on her to boost records.
I met Jay-Z and I signed to Roc Nation. The first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery. I'm not insecure because I would have got plastic surgery. People make it, they all can turn around and thank Beyonce because that's it. And enough is enough. I'm everyone now. And even Adele, because she's retired now, but her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager. And bitch. When she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. Oh, I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. Fuck that. All be a witch. All be that. All of that. Fuck all of that.
Personally, I find it absolutely absurd that Jay-Z allegedly asked MIA to get plastic surgery, especially considering how stunning she is. Even at 50, never guess her age. But aside from that, MIA calling out Jay-Z in such a manner is adding even more fuel to the fire, especially amid the ongoing lawsuit. And as for MIA's claim that she was pressured to participate in satanic rituals to sell records, well, that doesn't come as a shock to many. Plenty of people over the years have made similar allegations against the Carters. One notable example is Jay-Z's former friend Larry Johnson, who once opened up about their fallout, claimed that as he started digging deeper into Jay-Z's life, things began to click. Allegedly, Larry discovered who Jay truly is, the reasons behind what he says, and the people he aligns himself with. According to Larry, what used to appear as just a lifestyle of partying and popping bottles takes on a much darker tone when revisited with a different perspective. He even suggested that if you revisit Jay-Z's actions and words with a new ear, the truth becomes apparent that Jay and Beyoncé are deeply involved in Satanism.
Obviously, they're not serving the same Most High God that I am. And that's what makes us enemies, that I stand for a completely different doctrine, a completely different nation, and a completely different truth than he does. I don't have any materialism attached to my spirit or soul anymore. I don't have fornication attached to my spirit anymore. I mean, I just got engaged July, so my life is completely different from how I was with women in the early 2000s. And I think that is the difference in itself of being involved with Roc-A-Ware has made me see something completely different, and knowing who his allegiance is with is not the Most High God. And we all know, Satan rules.
And let's not even get started on all the claims that have been made about Beyoncé, ritualist. So when MIA mentioned being allegedly asked to take part in blood rituals, people were just like, yeah, not surprising. The fallout with the Carters clearly came with a heavy price. She was blackballed. Like many other artists who've had fallouts with Jay-Z and Beyoncé, MIA was labeled as difficult to work. In fact, some have gone as far as claiming that MIA suffers from serious mental health issues and labeling her a conspiracy theorist. And all of this seems tied to her fallout, Carters. Somehow, anyone who goes against them ends up struggling to succeed, and many believe that MIA has been one such casualty. Of course, there are those who argue that MIA is responsible for ruining her own career. But what do you think? Would she have done better if she'd never worked Jay-Z? Do you believe her downfall was due to her association with him and the secrets she exposed? Is this just another example of a career seemingly derailed by the Carters? As always, I can't wait to hear your thoughts, so drop them in the comments below.